Hey, what's up, Dokkan Battle players? DUZYDUSTY, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up an auto clicker on your iPhone to farm Extreme Z Awakening missions. As you didn't see, I was flexing my 1000 Hercule statues, and so today I'm going to show you guys how to set up an auto clicker. So when you have your iPhone, you go over to your settings, and in your settings you want to scroll down to accessibility. Okay, and under accessibility, you go over to switch controls, then you go over to recipes, and under recipes, you want to create a new recipe. Here I'm deleting my old auto clickers I set up, and I'm going to make a new one for this tutorial here. I'm going to name it Dokkan EZA, and I'm going to kind of go back to the Dokkan Battle. Oh yeah, so once you name your recipe, you want to go into custom gestures. And custom gestures is going to allow you to click anywhere on the screen so that when you set up your auto clicker, whatever recipe you created is going to replicate that. So if you tap the screen 5 times in the middle, you know, if you set your auto clicker, every time your auto clicker runs, it's going to click 5 times in the middle. So the trick is you want to set up your auto clicker so that it clicks in the way that it's gonna, you know, clear each stage. So the first step on my auto clicker, it clicked the kind of the middle of the screen to take me to, you know, this page, and it didn't really work too good this time. I had to reset the auto clicker to get into the battle. But whatever, you know, at least for me, it actually took me a couple of tries before I really found a good auto clicker. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed this battle up so I could get into the second, you know, the second half of the Extreme Z battles where you're going through the next stages that you clear. So there you go. So as you can see, I mean, the auto clicker didn't quite work here because I don't have a part in my auto clicker that'll press that OK button after it asked me if I wanted to send a friend request to the, you know, this Goku here. My auto clicker wasn't clicking OK. So what I did right there is I'm setting up a new auto clicker. I'm entering the recipe. I'm pressing the recipe that I did last time, and I'm resetting it. And, you know, thankfully I have my screen open so that you know, I had the screens right there. When I set up the auto clicker, I know where on the screen I need to tap because, you know, I have my app open right there. I know where the OK button is. So, you know, so yeah, when you set up your auto clicker, you may want to set markers on your phone so you know exactly where to tap. As you can see, I reset my auto clicker. I'm running it again. I didn't say before, but to activate your auto clicker, you want to click your power button 3 times. Once you click your power button 3 times, you click switch controls, and then as soon as you tap your screen, it's going to run the auto clicker. And well, as you can see, this auto clicker is going good so far. After it runs its recipe, it resets. So you have to tap your screen again to run the auto clicker again. Now my auto clicker kind of failed there. It you know, took me to the Baba shop. So, you know, I'm gonna go back into this Extreme Z battle, and I'm gonna try to run my auto clicker again. Maybe I tried to run it while it was loading. So I triple click my power button, I tap the screen, and once I tap the screen, my auto clicker runs. To turn off the auto clicker, you need the recipe to run. Once the recipe is done running, you can either tap your screen to make the recipe go again, or you can triple click the power button to turn the auto clicker off. Alright guys, so to wrap this tutorial up, I'll go ahead and summarize the thought process behind creating the auto clicker. So the auto clicker is gonna go ahead and advance you about 5 different screens when you're completing these Extreme Z Awakening events. Okay, so this first screen here is the screen where it tells you what level in the Extreme Z Awakening battle that you're in. So when you create your auto clicker, you want to know that you want to click right in the middle of the screen where that enemy level button is for your first click in setting up the auto clicker. Then the next screen is going to be I don't know what to call it. The screen where it shows you what team you cleared it last. And then you want to click in the bottom right corner of the screen for your next step in the auto clicker. Okay, those are the two screens that you need to pass to take yourself in the actual battle, the Extreme Z battle. And your auto clicker, the recipe is gonna go ahead and reset during the battle, because it takes a couple of seconds, sometimes a couple of minutes to clear. So the third screen you want to pass, which will be probably the third click in your auto clicker, is the bottom middle of the screen. After you're done facing the fight, you want to click that OK button. So when you run your auto clicker, you're probably going to have to tap the screen again, and you're going to have to wait a little bit for that third tap for you to click the OK screen. Then you want to click somewhere around the middle to get past the friend message, and then you want to have at least a fifth tap on the auto clicker to pass the mission stayed, the mission cleared screen. So you want about 5 taps in your auto clicker. Then when you finally get past that 5th screen, you click your phone again to rerun the auto clicker and take you past the first 2 screens again. And when you have your auto clicker set up properly, you can run your auto clicker while you're doing errands around the house, while you're watching a movie, while you're at work, while you're studying for school. With a good auto clicker, you can play Dokkan Battle with minimal effort while doing things in real life. The auto clicker is good. It removes the precision needed when playing Extreme Z Awakening stages. It takes a whole lot of time and effort to clear these stages, when you could just set up an auto clicker and take away that precision, and that's going to give you the energy needed to do tasks outside of Dokkan Battle, whether that be if you're studying for school, what have you. So I hope you guys liked today's tutorial. This only works for iPhone, by the way. There are apps you can get on the iPhone to set up an auto clicker, but most of these apps, they cost money. So this is the most cost-effective way, being a free-to-play user, this is the cost-effective way to get some ZENI in the game. So I hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys can grind up some ZENI now. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.